Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been a while since I've done a last dating sim, but this time I'm doing the amazing digital circus version, anime version, if y'all recognize this. Yeah, I will let you all know right now I won't be posting next month, so this will be my last video for this month until I return. Hopefully May I will post more videos, but for right now I'll be posting this out for the rest of this week, or at least this month. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Disclaimer, this game is a fan-made and is in no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Production or Gooseworks. All events and interaction in this game are not canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch Production's team about this game. This game contains bright flash transitions. Okay. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice-of-life styled game setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Caine, and I'll be your principal for the direction of your stay here at the amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Become a stray student or rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be drawing? Oh yeah, it's like it's Japanese version's uniforms. You know, I saw a drawing somewhere about someone mixing both of these uniforms together, and I thought that was really cute. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go with the skirt. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Call me Ange. Ange, huh? Are you sure you like that name? When you say it like that, I'm not sure. You know, this is pretty canon in the version. I'll just choose my name. Alrighty then, Ange. Then let's head inside. Sorry for background noises. Hi, my name's Ange. I'm a transfer student to the amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. Interesting backstory. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Caine. So where's the teacher? I had stepped into the room to let in the other students that might be late to class. Someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. Caine? It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be... Hello, my name is Caine. I don't know, I can't do a Caine impression. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Caine extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of general sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's your name again? Hi, I'm Ange. Okay. Huh. Damn, it's kinda rude. I'm not that rude. Okay, I guess the last one is more like my vibes. Radio, go on and take any other open seats, Ange. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. Of course. I take a moment to look of who to sit by. Ah! I sit in the teacher's chair. I'll sit next to Pomni. I take a seat next to the girl with the colorful hat. Oh, hi. Okay, I'll try my best with a Pomni impression. She gives me a shy wave as she's surprised I want to sit next to her. Oh my god, background noises. Hello there. I squint down at her desk. Written on it is the name though I'm pretty sure I heard someone another student addressed her as Pomni. Wait, I think it's yeah. It's Pomni, she says, covering the page on her desk with one of her gloves. Just Pomni. She lets out a sigh. When I first got here, well, it's a long story, but basically I couldn't remember my name, so Caine tried to make one up for me. For the first few days here, I was How did she manage to pronounce that? But nobody here could pronounce that, so we ended up with the second name he picked out, Pomni. I guess that makes sense. As much sense as anything, makes sense here at least. Though, oh wait, though, come to think of it, since you just showed up here, I'm officially not the newest one around here. So I can show you the ropes, if you're interested. Just as she says, the ragdoll student at the front of the class seems to take notice of us, walking over to our desks. Oh, hi you two! Pomni, are you making friends with the new transfer student? Hey, Ragatha. Yep, just talking to Ange. Pomni turns to me. Ange, this is Ragatha. She's our class president. That's pretty accurate. I can see that. Ragatha extends a hand towards me. Welcome to our school, Ange. Oh, if you need anything, with anything at all, I'm your gal. She beams. I'm happy you and Pomni are getting along. Can I tempt you with a tour of the school later? Maybe Pomni can come along too. What do you think? Pomni interjects. Oh, that's really okay, Ragda. I've been on your tour a few times. Sit this one out. Oh, you sure? Well, okay. What do you say, Ange? She says, leaning towards me. Oh, I would like a tour from Ragda, but damn. I'm thinking. I don't want to be rude to Ragatha, though. I'll just keep talking to Pomni. I'm sorry, Ragatha. Oh, cool. Pomni gives me a small smile. Right, sure thing. I'll leave you two to it then. Ragatha seems to take it all in stride. It's kind of cool to have someone else new to talk to. Really? Yeah, I mean, everyone here treats all the weirdness of the school like it's just business as usual. Now I get to see how you react to all the weirdness for the first time. Gulp. It gets weirder than this? I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal... Principal Caine, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll get used to the school. Kingu, class, how do we do? Principal Caine extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like a porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slammed shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. Ange! Wasn't expecting you here! Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be a secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in the contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason... Sorry, I forgot about Zubul. Is there a reason you're here, Caine? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an unknown insect instead of the principal of the school. Caine perks up. That's right. The reason I'm here to make sure we have all an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakness speak until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't seem to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I'll tell you that means the end of the school life as we know it. Caine bites on his hand in mock horror. Class and Kinga plays along, gasping at this revelation. Ginga looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-toothed students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pips up. How are you bringing interest into the school, Mr. President? Caine shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomo Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters? A competent computer? Principal? Fuck. Accrued fundings? Caine shakes his head. Wrong. It's surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No, school around here has had a cultural festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I begin your benevolent principal have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best cultural festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy, we gotta keep this interest of our investors after all. Engaged. I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, King, I'll leave you to a list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or two. Alright then. Okay. As abruptly as he appeared, Caine darted out of the room, disappearing from his view as he headed to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see what roles King assigned to each of you for this cultural festival. King lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read out loud. Rector, as a class representative, I'll trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zubo and Gingle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some arts to display during this festival. I don't know. I don't have anything I'm comfortable showing to everyone else. Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shall we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thoughts, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zubo and Gangle argues with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and gets her classroom to pay attention. Classmates. My bad. For his part, Mr. Kina seems to content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lessons planned, and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and flies out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bursting with unfamiliar faces around me. There were a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I picked up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scanned the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. Oh, okay, that seems kind of accurate. Because I don't think anyone would want to sit down in the cafeteria. Okay. I can always come back for some of these. I'll check the classroom. I don't know if Ragatha would be there. Oh. I walk back to my classroom. I'm going to spend the rest of the day here, and at least I won't have to struggle against all the other kids trying to head back after lunch. When I walk back in, I see Mr. Kino sitting down, pulling out a sandwich from his picnic basket. The classroom lights have been turned out, and the curtains drawn. It's as dark as night in here. Oh, the darkness! That's clever. Okay. Ange? Good to see you again. It seems like we've run into each other quite a bit these days. Doesn't he realize that I'm one of his students? We passed lunch in silence for a few moments. Ange, wouldn't you rather sit with one of your classmates? Well, I mean, it just makes sense for me to sit here. Mr. King pauses a moment. I see. He takes a break from his sandwiches. Well, Ange, if you want to live a solitary life, I don't think anyone here is going to stop you. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with being alone, especially if that's what you want. But if you don't want to be alone, I think we have a really good class of students, and I feel you could have really good school experiences if you nurture your bonds with any of them. Miss Akina looks a little sad. In this world, one of the worst feelings is being alone when the only thing you want is the company of others. Maybe I should ask him about someone. Tell me about Pomni. I'm sorry, I have a soft spot for Pomni. Pomni is a new member of our class, aside from you, of course, but I'm always surprised with how resilient she is. The problem is that it always seems that when she gets close to somebody, that somebody ends up moving away or pushing Pomni away. Aww, I would never push Pomni away. I think it's somehow offered her a consent and a positive friendship. It would mean a lot to her. I'm momentarily stunned by his insight. It's like I'm talking to a different person than the teacher I met this morning. Sorry, I know that's a lot to take in. He chuckles joyfully. But I have a lot of respect for my class, and I really do think any of them would make an excellent friend. He leans forward until he almost right next to me. Or more, if you know what I mean. He offers me a playful wink. Okay, Caine. You're so cute. But again, no pressure. Do what makes you feel better. Anyway, Ange, it's been really nice chatting, but I have a lesson to plan to finish. You should get back out there. He seems to smile at me before lightly ushering me out. Okay. I could always... Okay, I'll check out the library then. Because that actually, that actually gets me the courage to check it out, the library, so that was sweet. I walk into the library with my tray in hand. I peered through the rows of dusty, cluttered shelves, and I saw Pomni Jax by the tables in the middle of the library. Even from here, I could tell Jax is up to trouble. He's tapping his foot impatiently and pacing back and forth. I can barely make out Pomni, craning her neck to peer up into the tall bunny's yellow eyes. As I gingerly maneuver between the shelves, trying to avoid spilling the creamed corn casserole I brought from the cafeteria, I can make out some words. Pomni, to what Kinger asked us to do. I can't hear Jack's response, but I don't have to, as he mimics Pomni's mannerisms, tilting his head from side to side. As I get closer, I can hear her trying to reason with the stubborn rabbit. We should at least try to do what he said. I don't want to be the only one who didn't do anything to help. Against my better judgment, I creep closer, nearly tripping over a step stool, and manage to creep into earshot. Why, this whole thing is pointless, and no one will even notice if we bail, trust me. Jax crosses his arms, leaning back and letting out an annoyed sigh. As he leans back, he catches sight of me. Oop. Hey, new kid! He calls out to me. What do you think? We should ditch this dumb cultural fair thing, right? Their name is Ange, Jax. Thank you, Pomni. Second off, they were in class with the rest of us. I bet they want to stay on Caine's good side as much as the rest of us. I bet they'd rather do anything fun like pulling an epic prank. Pomni gives me a meaningful look. Aww. Jack shoots me a mischievous grin. I feel like I should choose my response carefully here. Okay, I mean, I think pulling a prank would actually kind of be fun, but... Oh my god. I cannot disappoint Pomni. I'm sorry, Jax. Thank you, Ange. She trails off, giving me a nervous but genuine smile. Jax scolds for a moment, but recovers quickly. Whatever, see you lose later. You know, I still have a lot of gum to chew. Maybe I'll find a book about culture festivals and stick all the pages together. I'm sorry, I cannot read. Jax gives a mischievous grin, maybe before trailing off the library. I hope he wasn't serious. Ignore him. He probably isn't going to do that. There's an awkward pause as neither of us seem to know what to say before Pomni breaks it for us. So it looks like it's up to us new kids to find out what's the culture fair is about. Oh wait, Pomni is saying this. I don't see her bubble. I nod. How hard could it be to find a good book about culture festivals? We proceed into the depths of the library. I pretty much forget about lunch as we search the shelves. You know, I would rather be in here than actually eat lunch, to be honest. Each book is so caked with dust, it feels like the library is a forgotten archives. The more we scour the shelves, the more we realize how daunting of a task this actually would be. These don't seem to be organized by genre. She looks over at me. Yeah, and they don't seem to be in alphabetical order either. What's going on? Well, what's on your shelf? Pomni lifts up a book with a happy puppy on the front, the title reading Spots Day Out. This was between a book of desert recipes and a calculus textbook. So it's really just random, huh? Oh god, this could take all day. Pomni seems to be default at the prospect. Hey, there's two of us. That's double the search power. We'll task it one shelf at a time. We got this. I do my best to reassure her. She looks at me a bit skeptical before nodding. You're right. We can do this. We both get back to the search, carefully inspecting the spines of every book on the shelves. Eventually, we split to different parts of the library, trying to maximize our progress. A little help? Pomni seems to have found a book she wants, but she's too short to get it to it. I'm coming, Pomni. I stride between the bookshelves, coming up to her side. She points at a book on the higher shelves. I reach up for it, but no luck. It's a little too high for me as well. Damn. Did you want me to lift, or... Pomni goes flush at the idea. Oh! No, that's okay. It's alright. I promise I'm stronger than I look. I won't drop you. I flex my bicep. Oh my god. I would not do that. Oh. I flex my bicep, jokingly, flashing a big grin at the jester girl. Pomni chokes an awkward laugh. It's not that. It's just, I just prefer if you didn't. Aw. I respect your boundaries, Pomni, of course. She smiles at me timidly as she clutches her arm. It seems Pomni doesn't want to be touched. Oh yeah, she doesn't like being touched. Of course, I won't. I respect your boundaries, Pomni. I would never do that. I realized I was pushing a boundary and suddenly backtrack, not meaning to make her uncomfortable. Oh, okay, no worries. There has to be a step stool around here or something. I remember tripping on a step stool by some shelves when I entered the library. Oh, here. I dip out quickly to grab the step stool and return with it. Ta-da! I set the step stool on the ground for her. She climbs to the top step, however, still has to reach a bit. She plucks the book off the shelf. Got it. Hey, you're pretty reliable, Ange. I'm happy to help. Pomni blinks at me. Friend? I suddenly feel my stomach sink. I didn't say that too soon, did I? Pomni gives me a bright smile. Oh, you're sweet, Ange. Ah! Sorry. Oh my god, I love this. We reach. Okay. We search well beyond the bell, signaling lunch until the bell that signals that classes are over for the day. Time seemed to fly by with Pomni. Well, guess it's time to grab my things. Oh, I love that. I walked to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I grab my things, a familiar jester walks up to me. Oh! Hey, and about to head back? That's right. If you want somebody to walk back with, I'm free. She offers me a shy smile. Oh, sure, sounds good. Great. She pauses to redo her response. That's cool, I guess. She's so fucking cute. I can't. I'm trying to hide it, but I think she had more fun than she expected. I did too, so I'm pretty happy for her company on the way back. So, Ange, how was your first day at school? It was pretty crazy, you know, as far as first days go. Time to get home and get some shut-eye. She gives me a confused look. Home? Oh. Yeah, you know, home with my parents to relax. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot. It's amazing digital circus. You can't really go home. She gives me a concerned look. What, is there something wrong with going home? And I don't know how to tell you this. She begins to fidget with her hands. Is she about to confess to me? Oh my god. Let me ask you this. Where do you think you live? What kind of question is that? I trail off. My mouth is going dry, my thoughts racing. Where do I live? What's happening? Am I going insane? My mind reels as it tries to process information and can only fill in blanks. The faces and names of my parents, what my house looks like, how I got to school. I feel a trickle of blood running down my nose as I train my mind for something, anything, that defines my life outside of the school. Then I look over at the girl I spent the day with. Pomni's looking up at me, a kind expression on her face. I thought so. When people come to the school, they forget everything about the outside world. I even forgot my name before I came here. She offers me a confronting smile. The warmth of her smile anchors me in the moment, pulling me back from my fractured thoughts as my thoughts return to the current moment. So what do? Do we just go back inside and sleep at our desks? Pomni chuckles. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. You just sounded so shocked when you asked me. Caine actually provided us some dorms to stay at during the night. Dorms? Pomni rubs the back of her neck as she gives me an apologetic smile. Yeah, I know. But it was nice of Caine to set up a place for us to stay in. I nod, still processing everything. Pomni starts walking ahead towards a building nearby. Come on, let's go find your room. Oh! The dorm buildings are complete unremarkable, but maybe that's a good thing. We stride past door after door until we come to one at the end of the second floor. Each door is decorated according to the personality of the person staying inside. For instance, Gangel's door looks like a traditional Japanese-style door. Pomni's door is half red and half blue, mimicking the vibrant shade she normally wears around school and the color of her eyes. Her eyes? My door is a plain oak door with the name Ange embossed on a brass nameplate. Guess this is your room. She smiles nervously. I nod. Are you going to be okay? I hesitate a moment before nodding again. I open the door, which is unlocked. My room is pretty generic. A gray mattress sits on a wood bed from... Oh my god. My room is pretty generic. A grey mattress sits on a wood bed frame. A debut with the school's emblem is on top of the mattress, as well as a pair of plain white pillows. A desk with a set of pens and pencils has always been placed in the room, along with an old desk chair and a desktop that looks like it belongs in the 80s. Pomni steps in with me. This is a lot to take in. Yeah. She rubs the back of her neck. Well, I'm just down on the first floor if you need me. Look for the blue and red door. She offers me a nervous chuckle. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm spacing out. It's just a lot to take in, I know. She offers me a sympathetic smile. But honestly, once you get used to it, it can be sort of nice. And you don't have to worry about being late for school. I can't blame her for trying to find the optimism in a situation like this. Especially when it feels like we don't have any ways to resist the will of Principal Caine. As Pomni quietly leaves me to my thoughts, my mind begins to wander again. Who's Caine? What is Caine? And why can't anyone remember their lives before they came to this school? I collapse on my bed. The world spins as I stare at the fluorescent light that illuminates my room. I hope to get the answer to my question sometime soon. My thoughts also drift to Pomni, the time we spent together today. Her walking me to my dorms and explaining everything to me. I'm lucky to have someone like Pomni around. That is the one thing I'm sure of. Of course, it doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long with the lights in my room flash on as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkles. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! Principal Caine announces from what sounds like the hallway. Ah, well, time to investigate. Oh my god. Caine, what the fuck are you trying to pull this late at night? Haha, Zooble. His laugh is fast, forced and manic as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. This he burst out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because even with the cultural fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to do. Which is why I'm secured as a sponsorship. Okay. He stretches out the last word using some sort of effect to appeal an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Ragtag looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Caine is talking about. The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect setting. Teen drama. But we're adults. I'm actually... Now, Giggle. This is a lot to take in, which is why I'm already taking the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there? What the? And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to our wrist with a very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I can hear Gangle beginning to whine as panic sets in. Pomni tugs at her Wacky Watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wrist watch stays affixed her gloves stretching out like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Ragtag just looks down with a resigned sigh. Caine? Caine? I can't remove the arm. I can't remove the arm with the Wacky Watch. What the fuck? Principal Caine ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my two little doves, in order to rescue the fundings we need to make it to day 5 in the culture fair, I need you wearing the Wacky Watch at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is one of the promotion importance that none of you insult or try to display your Wacky Watch. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the culture fair. Bye! He stretches out the last syllables as his body folds in on itself an infinite numbers of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should we make communicating about the culture fair easier? With the sound of breaking glass, Gingle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a Wacky Watch. Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pips up. Well, I think it could be useful, and look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start class again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. I flick my dorm lights off as I close my door. I check my Wacky Watch. I got a text from Excuse. Oh, that's cute. Hey, Ange. I just wanted to send this text because I know you're new here. I'm sorry about Caine. He's really weird. Everything here is really weird. Oh, thank you. Before she fires off the next text, she fixes her name in a texting app. Oops, guess Caine forgot to update my name here too. Ah! Anyways, I wanted to thank you for sticking with me today and for helping me out in the library. I know this place is weird, but maybe if us new kids stick together, we could still have a good time. Yeah, honestly, sometimes I feel like you're the only one who gets me. Maybe because we're both the new kids, but I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. I'm still getting used to things, though. Well, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So if you keep sticking together, maybe you can feel like a member of the class too. Yeah, I like that too. Good night, study partner. Good night, study partner. Good night, Pomni. My room may be empty, but I don't feel as alone anymore thanks to Pomni's text. I'm really lucky to have a friend like Pomni. Even if we didn't make any headway on finding out where Culture Fair is, I'm excited to spend tomorrow at the library with her. My excitement for tomorrow keeps me warm and helps me drift off into a peaceful slumber as my mind wanders to what tomorrow might hold. Oh, day 1. Complete. Yay! Is that it? Oh. Oh, I hope you finish this. Oh, I love this. Ah, Pomni, my beloved. Oh, that was so cute. I loved it. Oh, I enjoyed this. Okay. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this little demo I played. I'm hoping this demo will get a full release. If it does, I will play the second day. I don't know, because Caine said it himself that there will be 5 days, including the fair festival, so whatever happens, I'm excited. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoys, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!